that you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. I'm sure you didn't expect a second video in one day. All right, let me see if I can get this right. I've lost my outside light here. All right, there we go. We'll have some pretend light. So I wanted to pull a quick card reading for our soul group, our Oversoul group, and see what the overall or overarching energy is for our soul group at this time. And here we go. When I started this reading, I asked, what is the predominant energy of our particular wave? And that would be the people watching me, the people that are magnetized to this video. Lots of people like tarot, I suppose, at this time. Everyone's trying to figure out their stuff. Okay, so I asked what's the most predominant energy on this planet at the time, and I get the hot and steamy Lovers card. It's hot and steamy like my apartment, as you know, because I can't stop talking about it. So we have I pulled these like in increments to kind of like look at blocks of energy, like where we are and what we're processing. First card out on the table is always the strongest in any tarot reading. So the strongest energy within our soul group, within our Oversoul group right now is the Lover's energy. Right next to that, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And sometimes within tarot, cards have many, multiple readings, and it's up to the intuition of the tarot reader to tell you what that meaning is. But sometimes you kind of have to listen to your soul as far as what will resonate with you. So this is a really big way to start out a tarot reading. So I'm going to kind of break that down for you. The Lovers in connection with the Nine of Pentacles. So the Lovers talks about two souls that are intertwined to the point that it changes both of the energetic fields that they are in separately and forever changes their path in life. So that's the overarching energy of the Lovers. It is a life-altering, life-shifting, life-changing, monumental connection. It also means there are choices, and that could be choices in love or other things where this is on the table. I'm going to take it as pertaining to love. So I'm going to give you both interpretations because what I feel is that within this soul and Oversoul group, you will be in one of these two categories. The first one is you have met this or experienced this amazing intertwining connection with another soul that almost always comes from a past life connection. And we know that we are dealing with past life connections is one of the major themes that we are going through right now. So the Lovers is a card of inner peace, of sharing peace between two people, of being open, of being naked in your truth and naked in your vulnerability and naked in your ability to express yourself specifically with that other person. So where the duality comes in, the Nine of Pentacles can be one of two things, depending whether we're looking at the positive side or the negative side. And this is where you will need to use your own discernment and decide exactly where you are for yourself in this picture. So you either have met that past life connection that's blowing your mind, and it is making you feel abundant and unstoppable and basically like a superhero, and you are reveling in that and you are grateful for that, and you are looking at and feeling material and spiritual abundance. The Nine of Pentacles is about the spiritual and material abundance. And that lover's connection, when you connect in a love that it's open and naked and vulnerable and true, that will change every aspect of your life, specifically your manifestation. Interesting how this came through after the last video was solely about how to become a super manifester. On the shadow side, or in the shadow side of that, that also speaks about there's a choice here, okay? The lovers is a choice. We will run into those people that stimulate every cell in our body. That doesn't mean that we will accept that challenge, because believe me, it is a challenge. However, the lovers being a choice next to the Nine of Pentacles also says, and you'll have to figure out which one of these categories you fall into. On the shadow side of the Nine of Pentacles, you could be choosing material access or material gain in your life, or working too much, being a workaholic, whatever that is. So we have this incredible dynamic of the lovers that is either being assisted by the Nine of Pentacles, which is being having a harvest of awesome energy to manifesting whatever it is that your dreams come true. So it will be the light side or the shadow side for you, depending on whether you are open to this. The lovers not only speaks about a connection that will forever change your life, it also talks about having the choice, and that is allowing and inviting yourself to fall in love and allowing yourself to be in love. We may be in love, it doesn't mean we're not ignoring it or not trying to push it away. So again, you decide where you are on this one. So the energy that is below this lover's connection with manifestation is the Four of Cups, and cups is always about love and emotions. So it's saying if you want to meet this kind of connection and you're focusing on material things, that will not create that. At the same time, it's also speaking to if you have met that and you are choosing work over that, or money over that, or something in 3D reality manifestation over that, however that comes about for you, you're going to be or already are in the energy of the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is the universe offering you this beautiful opportunity, this beautiful gift of love and being in the flow with everything in your life. But the Four of Cups specifically talks about missing an opportunity, being bored, being unsatisfied, missing opportunities, or being frustrated in the current situation where you now reside. So your energy is in one place, but there's this incredible connection in another place where you are not physically present, and that is of your choice. The next reading we have, and that first reading, those first three cards equals a 1. The second reading equals an 11. So far, we already have 1, 1, 1 here. So the second reading is the Devil to the Six of Cups. Now, if you are religious or even in the spiritual sense, do not think of the devil as some manipulative force outside of you. It's not. It very much has to do with you, your ability to create, and what you are confining or restricting yourself to. In this situation, the Six of Cups is about a nostalgic love energy that comes from a past life. So in many romantic movies, we see people saying, like on their deathbed, I will find you no matter what. I will go to the ends of the earth to find you, because that is how deeply I love you. Okay, you've probably said that. That may resonate with you, and I'll tell you why. Because in the end of this 26,000 year cycle, we are just continually running into people that we've had relationships with in the past. So we have here the Devil to the Six of Cups, an amazing, inspiring, stimulating connection with someone from a past lives, probably multiple past lives. that you feel in the devil energy about. So that could mean you could be in lust over that situation, but at the same time, you are restricting yourself from that. That kind of connection, that deep connection could scare you, and that could make you feel fear or restriction. So, devil to the Six of Cups. I am restricted or in fear about an amazing connection that is bleeding through from the past lifetime. And I've seen this so much in the few people that I talk to. So it's very interesting for me when it lays out on the table this way. So the underarching energy of these three cards, the devil to the Six of Cups, is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands speaks directly to, I want to get back on track with this in my heart space. I want to communicate back and forth with this person. I want to travel with this person or travel to see this person. So the Eight of Wands is about traveling. It's about getting back on track in the situation with the past connection. But mostly it's about being open, honest, and having clear communication. The next set of cards is the World to the Justice. How ironic that I've been speaking about the end of this cycle nonstop. And in case you're wondering, and maybe you're not, but my inquisitive mind as a Scorpio never stops when it comes to these kind of things, because I've been speaking specifically to the end of this cyclical energy for the past 6 months. How appropriate that we get the World card. The World says you're traveling, you're learning, you're expanding your consciousness, you're going places. And that's a lot. Again, talks about physical travel, just like the Eight of Wands, but also talks about traveling on your own personal journey. And in this case, that is in correspondence to the relationships of your choosing. The World is all about satisfaction. It's all about ending cycles. Okay. So then we have the Justice to the World here. So we're talking about bringing justice to the end of a cycle, and it can mean multiple things for multiple people. So I'll just kind of give you the energy as I'm feeling it. The World, in short, is happy endings. Okay. It's the end to treacherous karmic cycles and moving into a different direction. That different direction for us talks about justice. Justice is the Libra scales of balance here. So it talks about being balanced at the end of this cycle with what you need to do to move forward in your life, but mostly what you're wishing for and what you're desiring for. So again, I'll give you both scenarios. It's the end of a cycle. You may be recognizing that. And if you are recognizing that energy of balance and justice, you are probably or will be very soon involved in some sort of adjudication, which will remove you from contracts that are no longer serving your highest good. Because justice is not me deciding, oh, I want justice for some person outside of myself, or I want justice for the world. Justice speaks of balance in divinity. So we're talking about our souls, our Oversoul group, and all those beings and archangels and such that are assisting us in divine justice. So we are not just making these really difficult decisions on our own. We are being given messages and hints and ideas on a constant basis that are dropping down from our soul and from our Oversoul group. So it's a very strong, repetitive theme here for us. We can walk away from the end of the cycle knowing that we have learned the lesson and gone through the karma and bring justice, whether that is through legal judicial systems that separate you from current contracts that are no longer serving your highest good. It also speaks about if you are doing something internally to yourself to keep yourself out of balance, to keep yourself from having that happy ending. That is something that you need to work on rectifying, because if you don't listen to the guidance you're being given from the divine energies of the cosmos and take care of that situation, that cosmic energy and that cosmic assistance will push on you until you decide to do that. It's beautiful. Justice at the end of the karmic cycle. Now, I want to discuss justice and the end of a karmic cycle for just a second here. So, the end of a karmic cycle does not mean, in this case, it pertains to love, but in general, doesn't mean I stay in a working contract, okay, until that employer finds someone to replace me, or I stay in a marriage until that person finds a person to replace me, or I stay in a marriage or job or any kind of situation until I can unequivocally come to some sort of balance and understanding with this person before I leave this situation. There's a lot of misunderstanding about what the karma or what the lesson means to you. The karmic lesson for you means that you have learned what you need to end, what contracts you need to walk away from, and what your new direction is. That doesn't mean that your place of employment or your spouse or your family member that you are walking away from is going to be in the same place of understanding that you are. So, to reiterate, you want to remove yourself from a contract or a karmic lesson. Only thing that is required for you is for you personally to learn that lesson. When you're dealing with a soul contract with someone else, you don't need to or want to wait till they've learned the lesson to walk away. People think that ending karma means both people have to come to a place of harmony and compliance about the new direction, but that is not the case. So I just wanted to elaborate that. When I ask what the underarching energy is for justice to the karma or justice to the end of the cycle, bringing justice and balance into your life, into your happy ending, the underarching energy of that is the Emperor. And the Emperor speaks about taking action when you know that it's time to do something. You make a plan and you stick to it. The Emperor is exact opposite of the Empress. He's a little bit stuck in his rigidity, okay? But he makes a plan on paper about, in this case, the judication or the karmic balance or divine balance in your situation with wrapping up the end of this 26,000 year cycle. So as you can see, we are all being asked to, and I know it's more of a challenge for the divine feminine energy, and a lot of us are balanced in both of those energies, but this is specifically talking to me about taking action when it comes to justice for yourself and wrapping up the end of a cycle so that you can get your beautiful happy ending that you desire. So being in the energy of the I'm melting. Being in the energy of the Emperor says, I am going to take action and achieve balance so that I can have my happy ending. Okay. I probably will do more like check-in readings. I absolutely love doing this, and I can't help remember, and someone pointed out to me the other day that I talk about David Wilcock quite often, and I don't think I've mentioned him in a couple of months. Oh, if you watch the manifestation video earlier, I do want to tell you this real quick. I think I said it was episode 11 on season 11. And I'm not sure about that, but it wasn't coming to me earlier. The name of that episode, you definitely have to watch it. I've probably watched it a multitude of times. It's called Space Station Moon. So if you have a chance to this weekend, definitely watch Ancient Aliens, Space Station Moon. Totally amazing information. Get out there and take action on what you know you want to do. I shouldn't be telling you what to do. Wow, I have a strong personality as a Scorpio sometimes. Okay, I've been talking about for like 6 months, though, this is the year of the lovers. And so that came out as the major theme here, just reiterates that. The reason why I like to pull these check-ins once in a while is because there are many famous people in our soul groups. So when I talk about us doing the great migration on the grid and the effect we're having, sometimes it's easier for us to look at famous people than it is to like look at, keep track of everyone else. So But in saying that, I had made a reading that was specifically about using the chariot energy to take a new direction in your life right now. And that was away from karmic situations that were no longer serving you. And it ended up, long story short, being a divorce reading, like many of my personal readings, at least initially. They're not so that way anymore. But within like 3 or 4 days of what I will call the collective Oversoul divorce reading, David and Elizabeth Wilcock announced their divorce. So I know it might not seem like fun to you, but I love doing energy check-ins to see where we are as a soul group and a Oversoul group, because that not only predicts me and predicts you, but it also predicts the other people that we are influenced by, or maybe the other people that we follow or watch on YouTube. All right. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Get out there, get in the energy of love, of being in love with yourself, accepting love from other people. There's no other way to bring this forward. The fact that the Lovers card started this reading, and then we have the Devil card. So the Devil card is almost like image wise or artistically shown is the same as the Lovers. The Lovers card is two people holding out their hands to each other for that beautiful intertwined connection, and above them is an angel who's guiding them. The Devil card is the exact opposite. The Devil card is two people that are chained to each other, two people that are restricted to each other, or causing restriction in each other, or causing restriction by keeping themselves separate from each other. So we have a lot of mirroring energy here. All right. I love you. Thank you for being present, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.